This video is all about accounts for Beast Academy Online. The accounts page is where you can view, enter, and edit information for your classes, your teachers, and your students. This video will be mainly from an administrator point of view, but we'll also mention throughout it which parts teachers have access to. So to get to the accounts page, you can log into beastacademy.com with your email and your password. And that actually takes me right to the accounts page right now, but if I ever wanted to get back to it, I could just click the accounts button right up here. I'm an administrator, so I can set everything up. I'm going to set things up manually, but if you're a school or district that has more than a certain number of subscriptions, as of the time of this video it's 40, then you have the option to upload information via rosters, and you can find out more information about that on the rostering tab of your support pages. So I'm going to add a class here because I don't have a class yet. I'm just going to call it Beast Academy 1. And I'm going to pick the grade of my students. This doesn't affect what they see. I'm going to pick grade 4 for my students right now. And that's really just for organizational purposes. I'm going to keep the school year the same. And then the Beast Academy level, you can hover here to find out more about it. That is the default where all of your students start on Beast Academy Online. So it does affect what they see. And we recommend that new students start at least one level below their grade level because our curriculum is so challenging. So now I'm going to click to add the class here. And now that I have my class, I can actually create teachers and students within it. So I'm going to click to add a teacher to this class. I can search for existing users. For example, Beastie McBeasterson, that's me. But because I don't have any teachers right now, I'm actually going to create a new user instead. So I'm just going to add Fiona Fawn here, ffawn100 at beastacademy.com. And then I'm going to add this teacher to the class, and now she is there. And I could do something really similar with the students. I need to create a new user, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to create Gregorius George, display name Grog, and give him a password. And each student needs a unique student ID, and you actually can't change that. You can use an existing code that your school has or just make one up. And then all students are given a Beast Academy username, and I'm going to click to add my student to this class. Perfect. So if you go back to the main page by clicking here, I just want to point out that you can also create new staff members via the staff tab here. You can add a new teacher, you can add an administrator, or you can actually give an existing user administrative privileges, or you can add a new student via this tab. One thing to note is if you're going to add a new student, you actually already need to have a class made. Let's explore an existing school. This school has multiple classes with different teachers. If I were a teacher with just one class, then when I log in, I'd go right to my class page, and we'll click on one of those in a moment to see what it looks like. Administrators can edit the lock scheme and the problem sets for their entire school, whereas a teacher can edit settings only for their own class. So let's click on a class, and this is what I might see as a teacher. And as a teacher, I could edit the grade, BA level, lock scheme, and problem sets only for my class. We already talked about what grade and BA level meant. Let's talk about the lock scheme now first. So the lock scheme affects student access to chapters and lessons. Free play here is the default for schools. It pretty much means exactly what it sounds like. Every lesson is unlocked, and students can skip around to any lesson that they choose. You might also choose to unlock all tests for students in free play mode. All chapters means that the first 2 lessons of every chapter are unlocked. So students can begin on any chapter and unlock more lessons within each chapter as they go. Sequential means that the first 2 lessons of each chapter up to that student's Beast Academy level are unlocked. So this basically means that the student can go to lower levels to brush up, but they'll have to work on the first chapter of their BA level to open later chapters. Teachers also can manually lock and unlock lessons for their students, and you can look at the reports tab of your support pages to find out more about that. So problem sets, almost every lesson in Beast Academy Online has 3 sets of problems, and this affects how students see them. So fixed order is the default for schools, and that means that all students see problem sets in the same order so that they can be working on the same problems. Whereas random is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Problem sets are going to be assigned at random to individual students. Administrators and teachers can edit anything that they see on these account pages with a pencil next to it, such as a teacher name or a student name and a student password. One important thing to note is if you're part of a school that updates data by uploading rosters or CSVs, any changes will be overwritten in the next update, so you'll need to contact your administrators for any permanent changes. There are a few more things that administrators can do. Administrators can see the subscription tab right here, which has some basic information on it, such as student limits and teacher limits. And if we go into a class, administrators have the ability to deactivate that class. We can also click into a user, such as a teacher or a student, and the administrator has the ability to deactivate that user. For students, administrators can also transfer them. Let's finish by talking about navigation. So one way I've been getting around is with the breadcrumbs that are right up here. I also can click on a link and it will take me to a relevant page. And there's also a search bar up here where I can search for different users and it will take me to the relevant page. This video was all about accounts for Beast Academy Online, mainly from an administrator perspective. Thank you so much for watching.